and welcome, chart artists. Welcome to a beautiful Wednesday evening here in South Africa. And hopefully I won't have as much technical issues as I had the last time. Let's get the wheels rolling. Let me switch this off and show myself over here. Hi and welcome everyone. Today we are just going to take it easy, relaxed, analyze the price of Bitcoin here together, see what the next trading opportunities are, perhaps jump through a couple of altcoins, have a look at Ethereum, have a look at the DXY, see what's happening over here. Please smash up the like, hit the subscribe for future notifications. And as always, let's read through the comments. Please, if you have any questions you would like me to have a look at the specific altcoin you have in mind, please post down in the comments below. I will definitely be having a look at the comments as we progress with this live stream going forward. Right, hope you're all having a fantastic day. What is happening with the price of Bitcoin? Quite boring price action here at the moment. I hope the music is not too loud. I think I did put it soft enough. Yeah, that should all be fine. Just let me know in the comments down below if everything's good. Right. Looking at the price of Bitcoin here, currently building up a spring here for either momentum to the upside or to the downside, and it looks like this old daily weekly level in confluence with the 1.618 level that I have over here is currently serving as the last line in the sand for either momentum here to the downside or a spring here to the upside. Okay, for those of you that has been watching my YouTube update yesterday, you will know that this level was quite important, and exactly at this level we got the rejection. I actually took that red box out now. But just to refresh everyone's memory, when you go, let's go on to the 8 hour over here, why this level was so important. So from a swing failure perspective, it was quite easy. You have your line. Let's just grab the horizontal. You have your line. You have momentum to the upside. You get acceptance back and you short and your stop loss below the wick. And we had beautiful momentum here to the downside. And I see a lot of people are calling this a double top. Okay, this was the end. We are going to come crashing down here. Right, and all we can do as traders is not predict where the market is going to do, but trade level to level with good risk management. It is risk management that keeps us in the game. Okay, not how we predict the market, risk management. And right, going back here onto the 8 hour, you'll see I have a couple of weekly and daily levels over here. Let me just switch off the daily levels for now. And the reason also we rejected exactly at this level was A and B here to the upside is when you take a trend-based FIP from the top of this high to the bottom, you drag it across, okay, and you reverse it. You'll see there's a little reverse button over here. Depending on which levels you want to measure, you have to continuously reverse the FIB up and down. Right, you will see that the 1.382 was an extended B wave target, which got tapped to perfection, where I entered a short and I rode this momentum down to the upside. I already took 70% of the, or 80% of the profit. I left 20% open just in case we come down a little bit lower over here. Right. Why do I call this a B flat target? Well, for those that has watched my YouTube update yesterday, you will know that looking at the bigger structure over here. Okay, let me just switch the weekly levels off as well. I am looking at this bigger structure over here. Okay, and I have a scenario 1 and I have a scenario 2 and I have a scenario 3, which is extremely bullish. And perhaps I'll just dive quickly into each scenario again, just to refresh everyone's memories. Scenario 1 is still not invalidated. Okay. Although the probabilities for this scenario is becoming lower, it's still not invalidated because the market is here to surprise us. Okay, so let me just clean this up a little bit like that. Cool. Scenario number 1 says, from an Elliott wave perspective, and please don't worry about all the crap that I have here on the inside, just pay attention to this light blue line that I have over here, is we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, an extended fifth wave here to the upside, where this is then an A, B, C correction to the downside. So you can have a corrective structure that corrects to the upside. Okay, taking the high, and the maximum B flat, they call this an extended B or a B flat target, is between the 1236 and the 1382. Okay. Sorry, I just heard something come through my mic. That was weird. Anyways, and we have perfectly rejected here by the 1.382. Okay, so this scenario is still not out the window, where we could see a bigger correction here to the downside, where the C wave target is here by the 1.618 and between the 1.3236 and 1382. Right, so definitely a rejection area where we could see a couple of $1,000 drop up until $35,000. So this scenario is still not out the window, and you know, the fact also that we rejected over here, you know, I did highlight it yesterday and said, well, this scenario is still a possibility that we can find momentum here to the downside. Okay, but as traders, we always have to have bullish and bearish scenarios. So I'm not saying I'm putting my head on a block and this is the scenario that's going to play out. Right. Then I have scenario number 2. Okay, scenario number 2 is we have a bigger third wave and a shorter fifth wave, but we have now completed, or we are busy completing the fifth wave here to the upside. I think I actually locked that. Let's unlock it. Right. And the confusing part, or the frustrating part about a fifth wave, is a fifth wave also has the same targets as the B flat, but it also has a target of the 1.618. Okay, cool. Another way to work out a fifth wave target is, and for those that don't know, is to calculate the fifth wave target. The easiest way to do it is you take a trend and you measure the length of wave 1. Generally speaking, not always, wave 5 is the same length as wave 1, which we can obviously see is not the case over here. Right, like literally the first wave inside the fifth wave was as long as this wave 1 over here. Right, so we can throw that scenario out the window. The second way to measure it is you take it from the bottom of 1 to the top of 3 to the bottom of 4. Okay, and again, you go make friends with your reverse button. And where is it? Okay, 0.618 is also a fifth wave target. So I guess what I'm saying is I'm kind of looking for a rejection in this area. So we either fall down from here, which is going to be a much harder rejection. If this is a wave C here to the downside, where we have an A, B, C to the downside, we could see $35,000 from here. If this is a fifth wave, perhaps the correction will not be as deep and we will bounce here by the 50% FIB level, which is 38, well, give or take $39,000. But we can go as low as the 618 at 35 as well, potentially bouncing on this trend line here to the upside. Okay, so I have this scenario marked out here just to say that, well, this is scenario number 2, where we could reject in this area or even fall down from where we are right now to come and do an A, B, C correction to the downside. Right, then I have a very, very, very bullish scenario as well. Okay, and perhaps people will love me for this one, but there's no guarantees that it's going to work out, where we have an extremely bullish scenario. For this one, I have to zoom out a bit. Let's go here onto the 12 hour. Okay, almost like a little bit of a super cycle one over here, is to say that, well, this entire structure was a wave 1. Okay, where you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've completed the fifth wave over here. This was the second wave to the downside, and now we are busy with a massive impulsive third wave here to the upside. Okay, from an Elliott wave perspective, third waves are generally the most impulsive and they have the most volume. Okay, so there's a couple of reasons, and I'm not saying it can't happen, that I don't like the scenario. That doesn't make sense from an Elliott wave perspective, but I can't throw it out the window because it hasn't broken any rules yet. Volume here is decreasing. Okay, when you enter a third wave to the upside, you want to see volume do this. Okay, and volume is decreasing over here. So perhaps volume will still kick in at some stage. It just needs to happen very quickly because, you know, you don't want to see volume decrease, which tells me that scenario 1 and 2 that I've just gone through actually has higher probabilities, because this is the first problem that I'm already seeing with this scenario over here. The second problem that I see is that the corrective structure for 1 and 2 is extremely short. Okay, if you take a what do they call this to? Trend-based fit time. Okay. From the bottom of 1 to the top of 1, we just snap it on there. Okay. Generally speaking, the minimum target for a corrective structure, when you have impulses to the upside, the minimum target for a correction to the downside is the 0.382. And look at where we corrected. So if this is the bottom of 2 and we are going to start finding impulses here to the upside, it's volume decreasing, and we also didn't hit a common retracement area. Okay, so couple of things wrong with the scenario, but I'm not saying it can't play out. It can definitely still play out. Right, let's just say hello to the community over here. Dario Capte, hi Devalt, hi, I see you. Welcome to the show, Devalt. If it is a flat B wave and we are coming down big, yeah, definitely. If it's a B flat, I think definitely $35,000 could be the end of the correction before we potentially find momentum back to the upside. And I think we can even go as low as $30,000 because we haven't tapped or retested, and I'll show you guys now on the daily time frame. Okay, let's just first finish up this scenario, and it's quite an interesting question. I just want to show you what I mean by the highs that still needs to be tapped. Okay, cool. So second problem is we didn't hit the minimum 0.382. Volume is decreasing, but hell, this looks great. I mean, you know, people look at this Elliott wave scenario and they want to believe it regardless of the mistakes or the flaws with this scenario. Okay. Hi, Andy. Thanks for joining. I see you as well. Much love. And cool. Let's quickly switch off this scenario and jump onto the daily time frame here. Right. Let's just take the time flip out, jump onto the daily. Okay, cool. These are the highs that I'm talking about. So if you take, just wait for this to load up. I think I do have that mapped out here somewhere. Okay, here we go. If you take these value area targets, let me just clean this up a little bit. Okay, sorry legends. I just want to clean this up. Okay, cool. Let's do this. Right. Typically, what happens is we have a value area range from this entire bull run during 2022. And we have broken out. We retested it as resistance, and we have been consolidating below for quite a while. Tested it, came down, tested it, came down, and then we had the massive breakout without coming back even for a retest, which is typically a wave 3 behavior. Is that when you start just shooting like a rocket without doing any retest, that is wave 3 behavior. Right, okay. Nonetheless, we broke through here and we smashed through the point of control over here. Okay. And then finally we rejected at the top of the channel and we came back for a retest at the point of control. Lots of fear. There was lots of fear when we got over here. Now we're going back to $10,000, $15,000, and then boosh, we went up, and now we're currently above this value area high. Okay. So purely from a technical perspective, what you want to see is you want to see a breakout, you want to see a retest, and you want to see continuation. Okay, and that retest is at, well, give or take $47,000, right? Because you want to climb the stairs. You can see, yeah, we climbed the stairs, you climb the stairs. We didn't climb a stair here, we just shot through. So what you wanted to see is a retest, a breakthrough, a retest, a breakthrough, a retest, and continuation to the upside. But now we've broken through, so there is still a possibility that we can come and retest in this area. And then obviously that's the bullish case scenario where you find momentum here to the upside. But then definitely if we find momentum here to the downside, getting acceptance back inside the range, it increases probabilities that you are going to come back down to test the bottom of the range again. Okay, which is in confluence with these highs. Okay, so although I've showed you those 3 Elliott wave scenarios, there is always a very bearish scenario that can always play out to say that we fail. It's a deviation. Okay, the brushes is getting too much over here. Let me just clean this up. Okay, it's a deviation. Like, yeah, you have a deviation. You get back into the range, acceptance back inside the range. You tap the bottom, right? You have a deviation and you tap almost the point of control over here. You have a deviation, acceptance back inside the range, and finally you break down. Okay, so purely from a range trading perspective, these are some of the things that we look at, is to say that, well, we had a breakout. Are we going to continue just up and up and up without stopping, or are we going to have a retest and even find acceptance back inside the range? Right, so definitely a bullish and a bearish scenario here on the cards. Based on the ETFs and the news and everything that I do see coming out, is that the probabilities of us coming down this low, I think is really going to take a lot of bad news for us to come down to this value area low. So perhaps in the short term, based on the bullish news and the ETFs and Coinbase running out of Bitcoin and basically the demand superseding the supply at the moment. Remember, markets and stocks are all about demand and supply. When there's less supply than demand, price goes up. When there's more supply than demand, price goes down. And at the moment, with the ETFs being launched, the supply has just been dwindling and the demand has been crazy at the moment. So perhaps, the lowest probability is a retest for continuation to the upside if we do even hit this level over here. Right. What else? Let's say hello to the community. Hi, Andy. Yes, I see Andy is here with us. There's a couple of names here that I can't even pronounce properly, so I'm not going to trip over myself. Thanks for introducing us to Deerwold, Andy. Yes, thanks, Andy. We were planning to do a live stream this week. Andy is very busy at the moment getting his things ready to move to Dubai, so I know it's not an easy thing, but I promise you guys, myself and Andy will do many more live streams together in the future. Right. Hi, legends. Hello. Molia. Hello. Smash the like. Yes, please smash the like. Hit subscribe for future notifications. And as always, I just want to highlight to everyone here, when you go down here in the description, let me just zoom in for everyone. This offer is not going to last forever. If you would like $30 back on $100 that you deposit, you only have to trade $500 in volume. That is extremely simple to achieve $500 in volume, especially if you have $100. You get $30 back and you get 20% fee reduction for 30 days by using this link, signing up down in the description to benefit from this deal. Okay, one of my favorite exchanges that I like to trade on. And for those in the US that can't use Bybit, I also use BingX and Mexi where no KYC is required. Okay, cool. Also on the Mexi account, just to show everyone, I've been getting questions about my Mexi account. I had $47 when I started my Mexi account over here. I traded it up to $524, and I said if I'm going to get to $500, I'm going to take some profit and I'm going to try some other exchanges and do other things with the money. And I left $100 here yesterday, already made some profit, $10 profit. And so now the goal for me is to trade this up again to $500 and just keep on taking profit. 500, I'll take 400 profit. I'll trade it up to 500, take 400 profit. Okay, but it's all, and I am being a little bit more aggressive with this account. Okay, but I'm still applying good risk management. Right. Cool. What else? I was looking at liquidity. I think the interesting thing about liquidity over here is if you go and zoom into the liquidity heat map. Okay, let's go on to the symbol. And I like the symbol because it combines all the exchanges. If you go to pair, then it individualizes the exchanges you're looking at. Right. And BTC, and I go to model 2. I really like this new model 2 that they've introduced over here. Okay. Right. I hope everyone can see that. So, quite confusing price action at the moment, because also we've grabbed all of the liquidity above and we've grabbed all of the liquidity at the moment. And what could happen is that we're going to keep on ranging here to start building up liquidity again. So what the market makers sometimes like to do is that if there's not enough liquidity to go and grab and fill either their short or their long positions, what they will do is that they will range. And what the range does is it makes people choose sides. Okay, it builds up liquidity. And then eventually they will make a move to say that, nice, okay, now we grab the liquidity, we fill our short positions. We go down, we grab our liquidity, and we fill the long positions. Okay, and for those of you that do not know how liquidity works, the easiest way that I can explain it, and I'm sure there's a lot of experts here as well, so please comment if you do know a better way of explaining it. The best way that I can explain it is a retail trader like myself and you, there's a transaction that takes place. Okay, so I open a long, you open a short, and the transaction takes place. Big institutions that have millions and hundreds of millions of dollars and billions that they need to either place a long or a short trade with, they cannot use the transactional method that me and you as a trader uses, because it could cause price action that they don't want to cause, so to speak. Right, so they need liquidity to open their position without moving the price. So if there's a lot of shorts here, okay, and you get stopped out, it means that you're buying back into the market. Okay, that then fills the market makers' big positions without moving the market. Okay, and the same with the shorts. When you are long and you get stopped out, it means that you are selling into the market, which means that they are opening their long positions over here, and then price moves up. Okay, that's the easiest way that I can explain it to you, is that bigger players need liquidity to open short and long positions. Myself, like you and I, retail traders, we just have transactions between ourselves. Right, easiest way that I can explain it. Let's go back here onto the price of Bitcoin. So the question is, what now? Right, okay. Let's zoom into this price action over here. I've also explained this range low strategy yesterday. So I'm going to bring CVD into the mix just now. But the one thing from a range low strategy perspective is that the rule states for a range low strategy is that when you have high volume pushing up the price and you make your first low, that is what I call the range low. Okay, and you draw your little line. Probability state, when you come and you tap it for the first time, you want to see price move away from it without tapping it for a second time to come and claim this high. And this is exactly what happened. It played out to perfection. We came back for a retest. We didn't tap the line. We went almost tapping that high, but still not. We didn't tap, we didn't claim the high over there. And then we still didn't tap the range low, and then we claimed the high. Okay, this is typically how you play a range low or a range high strategy, depending on whether we are trending up or whether we're trending down. Right, probabilities increase that when you tap this line for the second time and even for the third time, like we are doing over here, you are going to come and fill this area. Okay. Cool, so in confluence with this area, we have this consolidation over here. and this consolidation over here. Right, I just want to check. I think we do have a monthly level or a daily level there as well. Right, and you can see we have a nice daily level, untapped daily level here as well. Now when I start bringing in my Elliott wave theory into the more local scenario over here, and I actually did call it Elliott local. Okay, this is something that I've highlighted with our Legends community, our Discord community this morning as well. And please, if you want to be part of the community where myself and Andy drop the alpha first and we do video updates to the community every day, also the link is down in the description where you get 25% discount. Right, cool. So looking at this Elliott wave scenario where we've made a 1, 2, 3, potentially this is the top 3, and this we are waiting for a 4th wave to complete. So it is either already complete for the 5th wave to the upside, or we still need to come down for a deeper correction. The rule from an Elliott wave perspective is the 4th wave is not allowed to tap the 0.618. Okay, maximum target for the 4th wave is the 50% FIB level, which has confluence with these highs over here, right, where you basically make the final 5th wave to the upside and you find a deeper ABC to the downside. Okay, so far this scenario is also still in play, where if you look at the structure, each wave has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves inside of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this could potentially be that A, B, and we are now busy with a C wave here to the downside. And what I would like to see, I would like to see a deeper retracement to at least, which is very rare already, to at least tap the 0.236 over here. Okay, it is very uncommon and extremely rare from an Elliott wave perspective that the 4th wave do not even tap the 0.236. Okay, common 4th wave targets is the 0.382 and the 0.5 over here. Okay, so that daily level is here just slightly below the 0.236. So if we do get momentum here to the downside, which is my preference, but we don't always get what we want, is I would like to see us tap this FIB level, perhaps get a SFP here from the daily for then momentum to the upside. That would make my heart a little bit more happier to say that, well, from an Elliott wave perspective, this makes more sense. If we had to jump right up here to go and complete the 5th wave, it's definitely, it can happen. It's just, it's very rare that I've seen this happen. Okay. And pure market manipulation, that even from an Elliott wave perspective, you are not respecting even rare levels from a 4th wave perspective. Okay, cool. Let's just take the brushes out. So this is basically the local scenario that I'm still keeping in mind. And then zooming into this little price action over here. Okay, which could be a WXY. So you have A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. So theoretically, this could be the end of a WXY structure where we are now going to make our first wave to the upside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so we carry on. Okay, so there is a possibility that we can turn around from where we are right now. What I would like to see for the bullish momentum to continue to the upside, that will give me more confidence that we are potentially going to come and even claim this high, never mind the 5th wave target. I've been trading level to level, is when you zoom into the 1 hour price action over here and we take a fixed range for this area, consolidation area. For me to turn bullish, I want to see acceptance back inside the range. Okay, I would like to see us break back with high volume, perhaps retest it, and then I will say, okay, that retest that's failing to break down again will be my ticket for a long entry to even come and claim the top of this high. But you know, from a range trading perspective, is you long the bottoms and you short the tops and you take profit. Okay, so when you're longing over here, this is where you take profit. When you're shorting over here, this is where you take profit. Right, you can have those little deviations to the up and down side. And like I've mentioned with the liquidity as well, we could find ourselves ranging here for a little bit longer to build up liquidity, because there's no liquidity in below or above. Right, further down we do have a lot of liquidity, and perhaps this is another scenario, is when we look at the liquidity heat map and I zoom in here onto the 1 month time frame. Just wait for it to load up. Okay, so not much above, but we do have a lot below. So perhaps the play is here. That is the double top. That is the double top, and we are going to come find momentum here to the downside to start claiming the liquidity here below, and even below these lows over here, which is at $42,000. Okay, because liquidity on top has been grabbed, unless we have another little spike to grab the last little bit of liquidity that's left over here, and then perhaps a movement to the downside. But for now, I am still seeing this area as a possible rejection area to the downside. Okay, I am watching this area. Let me just switch on my targets over here. Okay, remember what I said from Elliott, my scenario 1 and 2. Here's my levels marked out. I've shown you how to mark out those levels. Please add them to your chart so we can observe the price reaction when we get to these levels, that if we had to break, get acceptance back inside this value area range and the value area low, we tap the top and we find volume and we break through here with high volume, retest it perhaps as support. This is the next area that I'm watching. $53,430, and that might be different depending on what exchange you use to trade on. Okay, if we break through with high volume, we test it as support, RS flip, then this is the next area that I'm watching over here. Okay, and we can also calculate this fifth wave target, but the fourth wave needs to be in, and I don't know if the fourth wave is in already, so we can speculate. So let's make this a little bit fun and say, okay, what if this is 4? Okay, let's do this. So what if, I like to play what if with myself. What if that is 4 and we are now going to start making impulses to the upside? Where can the fifth wave target be? Okay, so let's go and work this out. First way is the length of 1. Okay, there's a fifth wave target which aligns with the macro fifth wave target. Okay, so definitely an end of rejection over here. If this is the end of 4 and we are now going to start making impulses to the upside, which will then say that your fifth wave is the same length as your first wave. Okay, another way to calculate it is you take your trend base FIP from the top of 3 to the bottom of 4, you drag it across, we reverse it. Okay, then we have the 1.236 and the 1.382 in alignment with this fifth wave target, and a little bit further up we have the 1.618, which is also a fifth wave target. Okay, then in the most bullish scenario, we take this out and we say, okay, the most bullish fifth wave scenario is, let's just zoom out here a little bit. I can even take this out, clean it up. You take a fib extension from the bottom of 1 to the top of 3 to the bottom of where 4 is at the moment. And I think this is going to give us quite a high target. We reverse it. Okay, there is our final fifth wave target. Okay, so not easy. Okay, for now, more locally, I'm still looking at this area as a possible rejection area, because from a macro perspective, we have alignment with a fifth wave over here and a fifth wave over here. Okay, but should we get some massive bullish momentum here to the upside, I'm definitely keeping an eye on this $59,436,000 level as well for a possible larger ABC here to the downside. Okay, I hope I'm not confusing everyone. It makes sense. You guys are still with me, right? Okay. What else? What else? Let's read some comments. Say hi to the community over here. Molia, hello. Smash the like. Yes, please smash up the like. Currently 28 people. How many likes do we have? Let's check. How many likes do we have at the moment? Let me just refresh this. Zoom out. 17 likes, not bad. 28 people watching, 17 likes. Please smash up the likes. Let's see if we can get the likes the same amount as the people watching at the moment. I've never seen that happen in the live stream, so maybe I'll be the first. It will be so cool to see that. Right, okay, cool. Nizam, Andy Bitcoin senses at our legend, please. What is Andy buying? Can you tell me? What is Andy buying? I'm not sure if you're talking about altcoins or Bitcoin. I know Andy has recently sold a little bit of Bitcoin when we hit some of the highs, but I'm sure Andy has a dollar cost average strategy as well, where he adds, including myself, regardless of where price is, I add to my long-term bags religiously from a dollar cost average perspective. Right, could you... what is Andy buying? Can you tell me? Food is on the table. Got to go. Cool. Cheers, man. Go have a lovely meal. Could you please have a look at Ethereum? Right. Let's have a look at Ethereum over here. Okay. Obviously, Ethereum is dependent on what Bitcoin is going to do over here. So for Ethereum, let me zoom in here onto the 8-hour. Okay. Just quick recap on the daily, just a quick recap for those of you that has not been following my channel is, well, my channel, and we've also been here inside the channel. Right, we created this channel, nice little support over here that we flipped, or resistance that we flipped into support, and now we have this parabolic move here to the upside, and we finally broke here out of the channel. Right, for momentum to continue to the upside, you know, pure technical is, even if we come back down here, you don't want to see us get acceptance back inside the channel. That could mean that we're either going to retest and find ourselves here by the 50% mark inside the channel. Failing to hold this level could mean that we are going to come back to this support and even the bottom of this channel. It just depends on how far Bitcoin is going to pull back, if it's going to pull back at all. Perhaps from a bullish perspective, this is Ethereum's time to shine, is here on the daily. And I remember so many weeks ago, time and time again, I've told people about this red little trend line that I had here. And while we were inside this area, I said, please people, this is the best time to accumulate Ethereum. It's the forgotten child. Everyone is on this bandwagon on Ethereum, and Solana was running and Rune was running, and everyone was focusing on all the other altcoins except Ethereum. And then we finally broke this downtrend. And we came back for a retest, and now we're finding momentum here to the upside. Okay, so to put it into perspective, Bitcoin is over here already, right? If you compare Ethereum to Bitcoin, Bitcoin is over here. So perhaps this is Ethereum's time to shine and catch up to where Bitcoin is at the moment. But you want to see us hold this channel as support. Okay, so let's zoom into smaller time frames over here. I also have some Elliott wave scenarios on Ethereum, but perhaps we can share that in another update. Right, so purely from a technical perspective, let's go here onto the 4-hour and see what's happening over here. So far, these highs are offering support. You can see we came back, we retested it, and it's a good thing that we are holding the support, these highs over here. And it's fine if we even come back down a little bit lower. Okay, but you don't want to see us break back into the channel. Right, we also have these highs that can potentially provide support, so perhaps a fake out to the bottom for continuation also to the upside. But for momentum to remain to the upside, you want to see this area hold. You want to see this area hold and not break down. Okay, what else? Okay, one line trend, for those of you, my one line trend strategy, and if you're inside the Legends community, you know that that one trend line has made us significant gains over the last 2 weeks. Okay, if you have not watched that video, go onto YouTube, go onto my channel, right? Where's Deervold? Click on Deervold, you know, and you will see there's a video called Easiest Trading Strategy. Okay, go and watch that movie. or update, go and watch that video. It is the easiest trading strategy that I have ever found, and it works exceptionally well when you are in a trending market, either to the upside or to the downside. Right, so let's zoom into the 15-minute, and I can show you guys here simple little examples of where you could have used the one-line trend strategy. Is first one I see is over here. Okay, you break out, you come and claim the high. Second one, oh wait, let me grab that. One-line strategy. One-line strategy. Okay, this was not an easy one. It would have most probably stopped you out. Nevertheless, okay, you don't win all the trades, and with good risk management, you will win enough to make you a profitable trader. And perhaps there's another one building up here. Okay, but that looks more like it. So perhaps a rejection over there and a breakout eventually to the upside. Right, obviously with good risk management. But yeah, the one line trend strategy works exceptionally well on mature markets like Bitcoin and Ethereum and high cap layer one alts like Rune and Solana. Yeah, they don't work well on low cap alts. The wicks stop you out, and then it does exactly what you wanted it to do anyways, but you just slowly but surely start bleeding out your account. Okay, so this is basically what I'm seeing on Ethereum at the moment. Another interesting altcoin, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with AR. It's a file coin or a storage coin where you pay a once-off fee and they basically store your data forever. And its little brother or sister is Filecoin. So there's this battle going on which one is the best. Okay, it's either AR or it's Filecoin. So the one that I chose as part of my portfolio is AR. And from a spot perspective, if I zoom in here onto the daily and take this out, okay, you can see these wicks to the upside. Some altcoins are very difficult to trade because these wicks, you know, I just don't like it from a technical perspective. Nevertheless, let's look at AR. Oof. Great accumulation zone over here. Okay, so what I did with AR is zooming into this price action over here. Okay, this trend to the downside, I still started building my position over here, expecting the popcorn effect to the upside, and then I got quite frustrated. I built my position. My stop loss was below this low over here. So from a spot perspective, no leverage. You don't need leverage with these low cap altcoins. Okay, and then I left it, and then we got this momentum here to the upside. I got quite excited. It's like, okay, here we go, you know, we're going to the moon. We're going to see that godly candle here to the upside. And then what happened is we came crashing down, but we found support by this consolidation area over here. Right, and then I formed this trend here to the downside, and then finally when we broke this trend, you can see here how the momentum has just been crazy here to the upside. And from a profit perspective, my average entry price was over here. Let me grab my ruler. My average entry price was over here, and to where we are right now, 71% profit. Okay, but this is a spot back that I'm going to hold for a long time. And hopefully I'll be taking profits during the bull cycle where everything is at its peak. Okay, so this is one that I'm just leaving for now. But currently nice. I mean, it was as high as 103, but I'm still in 69% profits at the moment. So potentially what's happening here with this coin, if I zoom into the smaller time frames, is we are potentially just building a little bit of a consolidation, and we are going to continue momentum here to the upside. Right, okay. And maybe a better one to track would be there. Okay, I can see the one line trend strategy doesn't work well on all the altcoins, but definitely this is a momentum that I will keep in mind. Obviously you have support here by this consolidation, so definitely, you know, a load up zone over here where we have a consolidation area which is in confluence with these highs, and a little bit further down we have a consolidation area over here. Okay, so that is if price comes down here, that's potentially a great load up zone for continuation to the upside. Okay, what else? Cool. Let's go through the comments, say hi to the community. What else? Singularity X, Devold, what's your most profitable short-term scenario? Probable short-term scenario. You mean on Bitcoin? Okay. I have gone through my Elliott wave scenarios over here, and as I say, we're not here to predict the market. We are here to trade level by level, and for now, it's tricky to say. I would like to see us tap at least the 0.236 for more momentum here to the upside. Okay. It just feels weird that we are going to turn around from where we are right now. So, like I've mentioned, this consolidation area over here, right? If we find strength to break back below this value area low, then I will start turning bullish. Okay. But at the moment, we're consolidating outside of the value area range, which is still bearish for now. Okay. Let's go look at CVD quickly. I wanted to have a look at CVD. If I go here onto the 15-minute. Wait for it to load up. Okay. So the one thing that I am noticing over here is, without going into pivots or anything like that, you can see price is basically moving here in a straight line. Not really straight line, but you can see we are consolidating sideways. We have spikes to the upside, spikes to the downside, upside, downside, but we are not trending. We are not in a trending market like over here, but CVD is moving down. Okay, which is quite a bullish sign. The question is, against which pivot are we building up bullish CVD? Right. I really love this AGGR. You can go Google aggr.trade, and you will find this website. I do have a special script that that one of my friends wrote for me to get the Bybit line and the all exchanges line, and this is by far the best indicator that I've ever used, and the only indicator that I use. Okay, I know people love their RSIs. I've just never found them accurate. They are delayed, and I just don't use them to trade, because you can sometimes find the RSI completely maxed out, and then price just keeps on going up and up and up and up and up. So not a reliable indicator for me, where CVD in real time shows you absorption of longs and short. Okay, if you'd like to use this tool, trade with it, learn how to use it, as always, the link is down in the description to come and join our Legends community, 25% discount. And right, so looking at CVD over here, I just want to take this out and see what's happening against this pivot. Okay, so the pivot that's interesting to me is this one over here. Okay, because we already took that one. You can see the low claimed it. So if there was bullish CVD build up against this pivot, this price action already invalidated that CVD. So I'm interested in this pivot. Now, what I can see is that ever so slightly, not yet, but definitely on blue. Bullish CVD on blue. Okay, so if we had to find more price action here to the downside, this pivot almost tells me that probability wise we will not take this low, because if price keeps on moving down here, CVD moving down with it, okay, we're going to start building up aggressive CVD here. Okay, let me do this. We're going to start building up aggressive bullish CVD here to the downside, lower lows on CVD and a higher low on price action, which is building up that momentum to shoot up into the air. Okay, so this is the pivot that I'm interested in right now, is if we do find downwards momentum here, which is then in confluence with this fourth wave targets. Okay, so there's that pivot over there. Okay, there's the pivot. So ideally, even 382, a beautiful fourth wave target. If we had to bounce here on the 382, definitely an area that I will be longing and interested in, because you still don't tap the level, and I'm sure by the time you get here there will be massive bullish CVD built up against this pivot over here. But even here by the daily level, right, which is in confluence with this area over here. Okay, cool. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Thanks for all the comments, thanks for all the support. Please hit the like and subscribe for future notifications. I'm going to call it a night. Until the next one, cheers for now, everyone.